On April 26, 1986, a safety test at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine led to a catastrophic explosion and fire. This event released massive quantities of radioactive particles into the atmosphere, making it the worst nuclear disaster in history. The immediate response involved containing the fire and attempting to manage the unprecedented release of radioactive material, which created a complex and dangerous waste challenges that persist to this day. The disaster generated a wide spectrum of radioactive waste. The most hazardous was the fuel fragments and core debris, classified as high-level waste. The graphite moderator blocks scattered by the explosion were intermediate level waste. Vast amounts of low and intermediate level waste came from containment materials used in the initial response and surrounding environment. Immediately after the disaster, waste handling was chaotic. Helicopters dropped sand, lead, and boron onto the burning core. Liquidators, often with minimal protection, manually created radioactive debris, becoming containment themselves. Much of the waste was buried on site, in makeshift pits, a temporary solution that posed long-term risk. The primary containment strategy was sarcophagus, a rushed engineering feat that sealed the reactor. However, it was unstable. For other ways, on-site disposal in near surface repositories was the only feasible option, creating a permanent waste storage facility within the exclusion zone. The initial methods were effective in the short term but unsustainable. Modern approaches could have drastically improved the response. Robotics would have protected liquidators. A steel-plated confinement like the new safe confinement could have been built sooner. Advanced waste treatment, like vitrification, offers more permanent stabilization for high-level waste. Radioactive contamination spread through the three primary pathways. Airborne particles were carried across continents. Soil contamination, particularly with long-lived caesium-137, made agriculture impossible in large areas. Water systems were initially contained, and the risk of groundwater pollution remains a persistent concern. The health consequences were severe. Acute radiation sickness killed first responders, while long-term thyroid cancer in children peaked drastically. For wildlife, the exclusion zone presents a paradox. Radiation causes individual harm, but the removal of human pressure has allowed population of many species to rebound significantly. Chernobyl was a watershed moment for nuclear policy. It led to enhanced international cooperation under the EAEA, the creation of WANO, to foster operation communication, and a fundamental cultural shift towards transparency and relentless focus on safety within the nuclear industry. Technologically, Chernobyl's flagged RBMK design has been abandoned. Modern reactors have inherent safety features and mandatory containment structures. For waste, the long-term solution is now recognized as deep geological disposal, ensuring isolation for thousands of years, unlike rushed on-site burial at Chernobyl. In conclusion, the Chernobyl disaster was a tragic but instructive event. It exposed critical failures in safety and waste management, which in turn drove global advancements in nuclear technology and policy. The ongoing efforts at the site, symbolized by the new safe confinement, serve as a permanent reminder of our responsibility to manage radioactive materials with the utmost safe for future generations. Thank you.